I think the largest is probably adding 3 additional firefighter EMTs. It's not an exciting ask because we're not going to put another ambulance or engine in service, but it's no less important, at least in my mind. By adding 3, we're going to have a little bit more coverage. We often see long-term absences due to injury, illness, military leave. Currently, those absences are covered by overtime personnel, and at times that can become a kind of a wear and tear. So what we're doing is looking at a kind of a national standard as far as relief factor is what's called, and that relief factor says for every minimum staffing position, and for us we have 3 shifts, you need 3.75 people. So when we take 3.75 times our minimum daily staffing of 19, we need approximately 71.25 people, so we're asking for 3 additional people to go up from 69 to 72, and that'll get us in that range. And again, in the past we've used a lot of overtime, sometimes mandatory overtime, which is something most jobs don't have, but we have the ability to actually force someone to work longer hours. And at times, just like that would sound, people don't necessarily want to do that, and it causes some hardship. By adding these 3 additional staff positions, we'll be able to curb that use. And I think, from the council's perspective, from the mayor's perspective, the big question is, how do we pay for that? I think we're going to see a reduction in overtime costs. We also have vacancy savings. The fire department is rarely fully staffed. It's kind of a moving target at times. It seems like we get there and then we have a retirement and then we have to chase that again. So we'll have some savings due to those open positions, and then we're also, looks like we're in line to get some GEMT funds, which is a federal law that was passed, and Nebraska has adopted it, but that law will give our fire department supplemental payment for Medicaid patients, and here in Grand Island we anticipate that to be about $140,000. So between those 3 things, we think we have these positions covered without the need to increase taxes or asking. I think it's really been kind of neutral in that aspect, but to your point, the fire department used to work a 24-hour on, 48 off shift schedule. Recently they've switched to a 48 hours on, 96 hours off schedule, and what that's done is increased the consecutive work hours. It hasn't really changed the overall number of hours worked per year a lot, but it has changed that. In fact, it went from 2,808 hours per year to 2,912 hours per year for our people. Along with that, obviously, overtime, instead of working 24, which is one additional shift, if we have someone gone long-term, we're trying to staff up to 48 hours of overtime. In the end, I think the costs are about even as far as the minimum staffing costs, but our overtime list travels about twice as fast as it used to through that list because we're trying to fill twice the number of hours in the same period of time. So it's come with some good, come with some bad, but overall I think it's been a positive change. Our personnel really like it. In the past, they had a vote to see who wanted to try out this schedule. The majority did. I think it was about a 60-40 split. Our folks wanted to try it, and just by me going around and talking to people, the 40% that were not for trying this, that number shrank quite a bit. I think we're probably down to maybe 90% for and 10% against, so it's growing on people, and I think it has a lot of positive benefits for our staff and also for the public. At this time, we have 6 openings. We're anticipating a retirement later this summer, early fall. That's going to put us at 7. And to kind of put that into perspective, we have 69 shift personnel slots. We're down 6 or 7 depending on the timing of things. So we're down roughly 10%, which is quite a bit. Here the last 5 years or so, recruitment numbers, testing numbers have been down. We typically see anywhere from 30 to 40 applicants. As of this interview time, I think we're at 64 applicants, so we're seeing a very large increase in that. And the reason that's taken place, I would assume it's due to good marketing, also just timing of things, and maybe some of that could be related to our shift schedule. And I think the word, as far as Grand Island, is getting out that Grand Island's a pretty cool place to live and work. And our fire department, a lot of people look to it as a great fire department. We built a new fire station. We're getting new equipment. We had the support of Mayor Steele and the council members, and the Midwest in general is a great place to live and raise a family. And Grand Island, I think, is slowly becoming more known, and we're getting more applicants because of it. I call it foundational, because fire stations, trucks, ambulances, equipment, those are things that really help build a strong department. But more importantly is people. Our people actually do the work that has to be done, and having great equipment, modern fire stations. A couple years ago we got a grant for exercise equipment for all 4 fire stations. Those are the types of things that attract firefighters and keep them in place. And going back to that support of the mayor, city council, and the community as a whole, people want to feel valued and loved. I think Grand Island as a whole, from our leaders to just interacting with the public, our firefighters feel valued and loved, so it makes my job easy. Actually, operationally, we had some funds in there for last few years that were based on an old fire station, an old ladder truck, rising costs due to maintenance. We're having an issue right now with the air conditioning system at Fire Station 1. So overall, our operating costs, besides a governmental transfer fund, which is kind of a weird situation, but ultimately, we're looking at about a $26,000 reduction in operating costs this year compared to last year. We're also going to be bringing in a little bit more revenue due to a supplemental Medicaid payment for our ambulance service. So looking good there, making some cuts. Now as far as capital, again, we have an air conditioning issue at Fire Station 1. It's going to be replaced here shortly. It'll be on the council agenda coming up. We're going to be building, hopefully if council approves, a new storage/training building behind Fire Station 1. For those of you that are from Grand Island area, at the old Fire Station 3 and old Fire Station 4, we had some outbuildings where we stored a lot of our backup equipment, hazmat equipment, trailers and things like that. Since we've rebuilt those fire stations, we've lost that storage opportunity. We want to build one large storage building behind Fire Station 1, put our training props in there, store our hose, bunker gear, spare equipment, trailers, put it inside to where it's not being weathered so much, and kind of have that central location where we can find our supplies and get them out to the fire stations in a short amount of time. Right now, if you walk in pretty much any of our fire stations, we've got a lot of stuff crowded into those spaces. We want to kind of free that up with a storage building and training facility. And I think that's to me, our most important ask for capital. And those aren't cheap. That ask is about $375,000. It's going to be a nice steel building that's insulated, and we'll be able to store our backup fire trucks and things in there, keep them out of the weather, keep the heat on, and make things last longer. In addition to that, we have some smaller, very important askings. One of them is mobile radios. As you probably are aware, the 911 center is upgrading the radio system to digital or 800 megahertz. When that takes place, which is going to happen very shortly, our radios that are currently installed in our vehicles cannot transmit to the 911 center, so we have to upgrade all those radios, and that's going to take us about $102,000 to upgrade. We're also going to replace an engine, not a fire truck, but the engine in a fire truck on one of our other units. It's been used heavily over the years, and we need to get that replaced, and that's about $60,000. But other than that, it's just a lot of maintenance and kind of normal operational things that we have to upgrade.